In this video, I would like to explain to you how to prepare for Versant Speaking Test Part E, Story Retelling. Many people say that Part E is difficult, but why? First reason they think it difficult is Part E is longer than other parts. And this is correct, as you can see in the following quotes from official Versant document. Candidates have 30 seconds to respond to each story. The stories consist of 3 to 6 sentences and contain from 30 to 90 words. Second reason they say is, I cannot remember everything word for word. And this is not required, as you can see in the following quotes from Versant official document. In this task, candidates listen to a brief story and are then asked to describe what happened in their own words. The story retelling items assess a candidate's ability to listen and understand a passage, reformulate the passage using his or her own vocabulary and grammar, and then retell it in detail. This is a comparison table between Part B and Part E. The differences are now very clear to you, I believe. As for the length, Part B, 3 to 15 words. Part E, 30 to 90 words. And as for the requirement, Part B, repeat the sentences that they hear verbatim, and which means word for word. And as for Part E, reformulate the passage using his or her own vocabulary and grammar, and then retell it in detail. Since the requirement for Part B and Part E are different, we need different preparation strategy for Part E. Preparation strategy I recommend to you for Versant Part E is: first, focus on understanding the big picture of the story with the help of note-taking. Then, gradually decrease the help of note-taking because note-taking is prohibited during Versant test. This practice will be beneficial not only for the Versant score, but also for the occasion you have to create meeting minutes in English. Then your next question will be, which information should I take notes of? We should learn the art of note-taking from interpreters, who are also known as professional note-takers. Interpreters take two types of notes. Number one, keywords to evoke their memory. Number two, information which require accuracy, such as names, numbers, dates, etc. These notes should be kept simple and concise because you cannot take notes during the test. Whenever you take your mock exams, stick to the following procedures. Step 1. Listen to the audio material carefully and take notes. Step 2. Retell the story with the help of note and record your performance. Step 3. Compare your performance with the script and analyze the difference. Step 4. Create action plans to improve your weakness identified in Step 3. And by sticking to these procedures, the size of your working memory will expand gradually and you will be able to score high in Part E without the help of note-taking. Interpreters use similar method to expand their short-term memory. Okay, so why don't we do some exercise for Step 1? Listen to the audio material carefully and take notes. For those who want to try, I'm going to read a short sample question for Part E. So please prepare a pen and a sheet of paper, and please take note. Are you ready? Here we go. 3 girls are walking along the edge of a stream when they saw a small bird with its feet buried in the mud. One of the girls approached it, but the small bird flew away. The girl ended up with her own feet covered with mud. Okay. So this is the script of what I have read just now and a sample note. I know your note does not look like mine, but there is no absolutely good note. If it helps in evoking your memory, then it is fine. Then Step 2. Retell the story with the help of note and record your performance. For those who want to try now, pause the video and record your performance. Okay, so this is sample notes and sample performance. And let us move on to Step 3. Compare your performance with the script and analyze the difference. Above is the original story and the below is sample performance. There might be a lot of differences, but all the differences can be categorized into three groups. The red text information appears only in the original story, but not in the sample performance. So I call them missing information. The text in green seems to appear in both. However, the information in sample performance is incorrect, so I call them discrepancy. The text in blue appears only in sample performance, so I call them subjective addition. Next, step 4. Create action plans to improve your weakness identified in step 3. Missing information might be possibly due to lack of memory for details. And if that's the case, action plan is stick to this exercise and refine your memory. Missing information might also be possibly due to lack of fluency. For example, since you are too slow, you are not able to cover the latter part. And in that case, action plan becomes improve your fluency. However, detailed action plan on fluency is out of scope of this video. Discrepancy might be possibly due to lack of listening skills. And in that case, action plan becomes improve your listening skills. However, detailed action plan on listening skills is out of scope of this video. I would like to mention a few things on subjective addition. The original script was, one of the girls approached it, but the small bird flew away. However, the sample answer I created was, a girl went closer to help the bird, but it flew away. I added the word help unconsciously. But why did I do that? Probably that's because I watch YouTube videos and news on animals every day. For example, people trying to help a kitten which fell into a deep hole, or koalas rescued from wildfires in Australia. And by watching these videos, a common sense was formed in my mind. People approach animals to help them. And I guess the purpose from this common sense. However, the purpose behind the action is not mentioned in the story. You can retell the story in your own words, but you must not make an alteration. To avoid subjective addition, listen carefully and focus only on what is being read. Next topic is be aware of trade-off among sub-scores. If you pursue accuracy in Part E, you may score higher in sentence mastery, vocabulary, and pronunciation, but maybe lower in fluency because your performance will slow down to be careful. A tip to balance this trade-off is to use easier words with similar meanings instead of the original words which you are not sure of. For example, use doctor instead of physician or surgeon if you are not sure of the pronunciation of these words. As already explained, you are allowed to use your own words in Part E. And this is the final slide. On audio materials, I assume you do not have enough audio materials to practice Versant Part E. If so, I recommend to use audio materials for TOEIC Part 4 as substitute. But please note that they are longer and more difficult than Versant Part E, and most of them are not even stories. If this video is rated high and my channel subscribers increase, I will consider creating sample materials for Versant Part E. And finally, for the references, several passages and sample questions were quoted from the following document: Versant English Test, Test Description and Validation Summary. And I also established a link for this document in the description of this video. Thank you for watching this video.